Grief and anger on full display as Bryan Kohberger was sentenced to a lifetime in prison.
So sit up straight when I talk to you. How was your life right before you murdered my sisters?
After more than 2 years, the man who killed 4 University of Idaho students is now heading to prison.
In my view, the time has now come to end Mr. Kohberger's 15 minutes of fame.
Now on 4 News Now at 6, the grief on display, the anger towards a killer, and the questions still unanswered.
Emotions running high as family members have their day in court to speak directly to the man who killed their children. Thank you for being with us tonight. I'm Kirsten O'Connor.
And I'm Derek Dice. Tonight, confessed killer Bryan Kohberger is spending the first night of the rest of his life in prison. The man who stabbed and killed 4 University of Idaho students showed little reaction as the surviving roommates and family members delivered their impact statements. We have team coverage tonight with Alexandra Cohen-Yards on what investigators are saying about the case.
But we begin with Hunter Bertram live in Boise, where friends and family members of the victims confronted Kohberger.
Kirsten, families of the victims today going face to face with the man who murdered their kids. In the courtroom today, emotions ran high with disgust, anger, sorrow. This sentence marks a turning point for these families as many hope to start a new chapter in their lives.
You're a textbook case of insecurity disguised as control. Your patterns are predictable. Your motives are shallow. You are not profound. You're pathetic.
Families of the victims faced Bryan Kohberger as they shared how his actions shattered their lives.
You are weak. God, I would just give a moment, man. 5 minutes out in the woods.
Kohberger showed little emotion as they spoke and as he was sentenced to life imprisonment, a decision that brought a mix of relief and unresolved anger.
Because he's a coward, he's been protected by the court from day one, the minute that he was arrested. So I wanted to let him know that I was directing everything towards him.
In a powerful moment, Steve Gonsalves moved the podium to confront Kohberger directly, ensuring his words were heard face to face. Even though the death penalty was off the table because of the plea agreement, some families are finding closure in the life sentence.
This way, his fate is sealed. Society is protected, and we can move on with our lives and attempt to recover.
But after today, I wash my hands of you, and you are no longer a thing.
And some families in court today also expressed that this closure helps them move on from Kohberger and reclaim their lives. And Kirsten and Derek, as we said earlier, Bryan Kohberger is expected to spend tonight behind prison bars, where he will spend the rest of his life. Live in Boise, Hunter Bertram, 4 News Now.
Thank you, Hunter. Many questions are still left unanswered, and today we hope to get clarity from investigators. Alexandra Cohen-Yards joins us live in studio to continue our team coverage with what the lead detectives are saying. And Alexandra, a gag order initially blocked investigators from speaking on this until now.
That's right, Kirsten. This was the first time we heard from those with the most details on what happened the night these 4 students were murdered. They revealed, after more than almost 3 years of investigating, the motive is still a mystery.
We have never, to this date, found a single connection between him and any of the 4 victims or the 2 surviving roommates.
Lieutenant Darren Gilbertson with the Idaho State Police is a lead investigator of this cold-blooded murder. He and Corporal Brett Payne revealed they believe Bryan Kohberger targeted this particular home, but they don't know if he targeted one of the victims specifically.
Perhaps it's the location, layout, we don't know.
This nightmare taking place on November 13th in 2022 left 4 students stabbed to death in an off-campus home. One family revealed today their child was stabbed 34 times. Years later, the detectives say after searching everywhere they could think of, they still haven't found the murder weapon, believed to be a K-bar knife. Investigators also said they never found any bloody clothes of Kohberger's.
The reality is that somebody can carry this out and still not get covered in blood. That's the reality of it, and this does happen, and there's plenty of studies of that. And we've had some of the world's experts that we've asked those same questions, because we've struggled with that.
Another thing investigators struggled with, a link between Kohberger and these students, something they say they longed to find and never discovered. Evidence was found that Kohberger frequently used softwares to clear his devices. Later at 6:30, we will get into Kohberger's first interactions with investigators and what is next in this complicated investigation. In studio tonight, Alexandra Cohen-Yards, 4 News Now.
Alexandra, thank you. Since Kohberger accepted his plea deal, many, including the White House, are criticizing the state of Idaho for not forcing Kohberger to explain why he committed these murders.
If it were up to the president, he would have forced this monster to publicly explain why he chose to steal these innocent souls.
Prosecutor Bill Thompson saying they don't have the power to force Kohberger to say anything.
The law does not give the court or us the power to require specific factual allocution, and I don't believe that there's anything that would come out of his mouth that would be the truth.
Beautiful. Kohberger had the opportunity to address the courtroom today, but he declined to say anything.
Today's sentencing also marks the end of a long and tireless effort by investigators and the prosecutor's office to hold the man behind this heinous act accountable. As Bill Thompson read the charges and sentencing recommendations, he showed pictures of each of the victims. The veteran prosecutor became emotional as he showed the last picture they all took together about 12 hours before they were killed.
My voice was quivering. Y'all were in there. There's a lot of powerful emotion. The losses are almost indescribable. And maybe my filters aren't as good as they might have been 45 years ago when I started in this business.
Together just across.
During the hearing, Thompson said the sentence can never undo the horror that took place on King Road.
Now, Kohberger will most likely spend the rest of his life here at the Idaho State Maximum Security Prison. The facility in Kuna, southwest of Boise, can hold up to 535 of the most dangerous and volatile inmates. Some of them spend 23 hours a day in a cell. Prison officials say inmates serving life sentences are often the, quote, easiest to manage because they know the prison is and always will be their home.
And if you would like to watch the sentencing for yourself, you can find the full hearing on KXLY.com. And as we said earlier, investigators will soon start releasing more files related to their investigation.
But in the midst of all the details, we don't want to forget the 4 young lives gone too soon. Ethan Chapin, Kaylee Gonsalves, Madison Mogan, and Xana Kernodle.
But those speaking today and those who did not speak, but who carry this same burden, this same loss, now carry forward the memories of these now perpetually young people, these forever children.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+.
So you want somewhere to play? We got you. A nice relaxing stay? We got you. Wanna be entertained? We got you. Wanna play golf all day? We got you. Go to Lake Casino. Go to Lake Casino. Winning is just the beginning.
Children's Miracle Network provides life-saving care to children facing serious health challenges. The nonprofit helps kids like this year's champion, Mira.
Mira was born prematurely and diagnosed with a cleft lip and palate. She spent her first 11 weeks in Sacred Heart's NICU. With the help of Children's Miracle Network, she's lived up to the meaning of her name, Miracle.
On Thursday, July 24th at Spokane Area Dutch Bros, Numerical will donate $1 for every drink purchased to Children's Miracle Network up to $10,000.
Cheers!
There's a reason Chevy is called the heartbeat of America. A heartbeat strong, steady, unwavering. Like the people who keep this country moving. For them, only America's most dependable truck will do. In every Chevy truck, like every Chevy driver, dependability comes standard.
During July, Chevy drives America. Well-qualified buyers can get 0% financing on this Silverado with around $8,000 in total value. That's 15% below MSRP. See your hometown Chevy dealer today.
It's our 48th anniversary at More Furniture, 3 generations strong, thanks to you. For 48 incredible years, we've had the honor of furnishing your homes. From our family to yours, we're celebrating with 72 months interest-free financing and no money down on every purchase over $19.99. Plus, we'll remove and donate your gently used pieces locally. That's 6 full years with no interest. Just gorgeous furniture, unbeatable value, and easy monthly payments. Only at More Furniture, where everyone gets more furniture for less.
Warner Music Nashville's multi-platinum star Gabby Barrett continues to be an unstoppable force in country music and will be live at the Coeur d'Alene Casino on Thursday, August 14th. Visit the Coeur d'Alene Casino box office or cdacasino.com for tickets.
Winning is just the beginning.
A Spokane woman's terrifying encounter.
There was the bat on my foot.
That bat tested positive for rabies. And now, another rabid bat's been found in Spokane County. While it's rare, just a touch can be deadly.
Almost 100% fatal all the time.
So what should you do? I'm Robin Nance. I'll walk you through the warning signs, what to do right away if you're bitten or even brushed by one, plus the urgent treatment that saves lives. Tomorrow, only on Good Morning Northwest.
Hey, 80s and 90s really aren't that bad when you think about last year.
Oh,
We're up in the hundreds.
7 times in the triple digits, and we have not even done that once and may not. Who knows? Let's take a look at our high temperatures this month. The hottest we've been so far this summer. Now, these are official temperatures at Spokane International Airport, 97 degrees. And we did that back on Sunday, the 13th. All of the orange dates that you see here are above average days. No records. Those show up in red during this month. These gray colored days, including today at 85, just about average, and these blues are below average temperatures, which we had 4 in a row. 81 Saturday, 78 Sunday, 67 Monday, and then it was 75 yesterday. So today, up at 85, we're in the ballpark of average. Here we are in the hottest time of the year. A little bit cooler up in North Idaho, where we did hold on to some showers a little bit later in the day. The rest of the region dried out nicely by late last night, and some areas got some good rains from yesterday's storms. Tomorrow, we are going to be a little bit higher in the 80s and 90s around the region, with a little bit of a breeze in the afternoon. 90 compares to an average high of 87. I'll be back to tell you more about that and the fire weather concerns that may cause in just a few minutes. Kirsten.
All right, thank you so much, Chris. It has been 1 week since Sarah Doxey, the COO of Chaz Health and a mother of 2, was killed in a hit and run while out on a run with her friend. Jordan Smith is live where that crash happened. And Jordan, at this point, that teen is still being charged as a minor.
Yeah, that's right. That 17-year-old was charged with vehicular homicide, vehicular assault, failing to stay at the scene of a crash, and of course driving without a valid license. 3 of those charges are felonies. As you mentioned, at this point in time, this 17-year-old still has not been charged as an adult.
Vehicular homicide alleged to be committed on or about July 16th, 2025. What is your plea?
Not guilty.
In juvenile court this morning, the Spokane teen accused of hitting Sarah Doxey while she was out running with a friend on July 16th pleaded not guilty to all 4 charges during his arraignment. The 17-year-old is accused of hitting Sarah with this SUV around 5:30 a.m. Court documents say witnesses saw him race out of the car and run away from the scene, leaving Sarah behind. Court docs say the teen hopped the fence to the Manitou Country Golf Club and then ran through several fairways, at one point losing a shoe as he fled. Fire personnel with Spokane Station 5 watched him run across Highway 195 towards the Eagle Ridge neighborhood. Police found the teen shoeless and bleeding from his nose. Officers then say the teen smelled of alcohol and had bloodshot and watery eyes, and determined there to be probable cause that he was involved in this crash. Later that day, Sarah died from her injuries. And that Spokane teen's trial was scheduled today for August 11th, exactly 1 week before his 18th birthday. Reporting live on the South Hill tonight, Jordan Smith, 4 News Now.
All right, Jordan, thank you so much. Well, cases of rabies are rare, but the possibility shouldn't be ignored. 3 people came into contact with a rabid bat in Spokane County earlier this month and 1 last summer.
I was not looking for
an experience with a bat.
Amy Edwards was cleaning her deck last summer when she had an unexpected run-in with a sick bat. She quickly realized something wasn't right.
Almost 100% fatal all the time, so very few people have ever survived it.
So what should you know to keep your family safe? We'll walk you through the warning signs tomorrow morning, only on Good Morning Northwest.
Still ahead, natural disasters are getting worse, and it's hitting homeowners in the wallet. Why insurance premiums are climbing nationwide, and what you can do to save your money.
And the Trump administration releases $1 billion for after-school programs, but local schools still face big questions about future cuts. What it could mean for students here at home. Next on 4 News Now.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Jacobs Custom Living.
Satay Bistro, Coeur d'Alene's culinary extravaganza of American fusion dining. From our extensive wine cellar to our unforgettably decadent menu, we'll move your experience beyond ordinary to the extraordinary. Satay Bistro, just off the 4th Street exit in Coeur d'Alene.
It's the More Furniture Anniversary Sale with unbeatable savings on premium mattresses. Choose from premium brands like Tempur-Pedic, Stearns & Foster, and Sealy, and get 72 months interest-free financing. That's 72 equal monthly payments, no interest, and no money down, plus free white glove delivery and removal of your old mattress. It's our way of saying thank you for letting us be a part of your homes, your memories, and your lives. 48 years and counting. More Furniture, where everyone gets more for less.
Visit AutoNation Acura Spokane Valley for the Summer of Performance event going on now.
R&R RV has just lowered prices on every pre-owned motorhome, fifth wheel, and travel trailer in stock. We're talking jaw-dropping savings on the region's largest selection of pre-owned RVs. All pre-owned units at R&R RV are clean, certified, and never purchased at auction. Quit dreaming. Just do it. Same-day delivery available on many units. Shop pre-owned units now at R&R RV in Liberty Lake, North Spokane, and Lewiston. Or visit rnrrv.com.
Satay Bistro, Coeur d'Alene's culinary extravaganza of American fusion dining. From our extensive wine cellar to our unforgettably decadent menu, we'll move your experience beyond ordinary to the extraordinary. Satay Bistro, just off the 4th Street exit in Coeur d'Alene.
Hollywood's finest fill in the blanks.
My ego.
Feet.
Buttocks.
With host Martin Short.
This is a career highlight for me, assuming my career started today.
The new season of Match Game starts tonight on ABC.
Funding for summer programs at local elementary schools was recently restored, but it was briefly paused by the Trump administration.
Now, the future of those summer programs, as well as before and after school programs, could be at risk of being cut. Derek Strom spoke with the program's executive director about its uncertain future.
A lot of what we do is fun, so we want it to be engaging for kids.
Summer programs through communities and schools have been keeping kids in Spokane active and learning for the last 5 years. The programs operated 8 different Spokane Public Schools elementary schools and 2 schools in the West Valley School District. It also operates before and after school programs during the school year.
That's over 1,000 kids that are used to having a safe space to be after school. We tailor programs around their interests, so we provide a lot of programs that the kids inform us they want.
The Trump administration paused funding for 21st century programs, which are run through communities and schools earlier this month. That funding was released last week, and those programs can continue for the time being.
Actually, when I found out, I almost cried. I didn't realize how stressed out I was about it. And our staff, too, they just weren't sure what their future looked like here. So we're all super relieved that it's been released.
Funding for summer programs like the one here at Logan Elementary could be in jeopardy if the Trump administration moves to consolidate or reduce the amount of grant funding for this program, and that could be devastating for underprivileged students here in Spokane.
For some families, the kids just are at home and don't really have any outside activities. They might not have money to go and do swim lessons or any other sports or things like that. So this is a great opportunity for our kids who are a little bit less advantaged to have opportunities to have some fun.
The summer program also provides students breakfast and lunch for free each day, which is 4 days a week for 4 weeks. Gonzaga also provides snacks for each kid. The teachers have been able to save some and send them home with extra food. Communities and Schools says it's working to find other ways to fund its programs if the Trump administration decides to cut its funding. In Spokane, Derek Strom, 4 News Now.
Beautiful summer evening across the region. 84 degrees at 7 o'clock. We're going to stay in the 70s through the evening with mostly clear skies and relatively light winds. Those winds are going to pick up tomorrow afternoon. I'll explain after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Quality Spas of Spokane.
Crafted here, built to last. Solid American craftsmanship, made for your home, made for life. Now for a limited time, save 30% on all American-made furniture, only at the Tin Roof.
Introducing the leaf-free rain gutter protection system from McVeigh Brothers Roofing, Siding, Windows, and Rain Gutters. Never clean out your gutters again and put those dangerous ladders away, as the leaf-free system attaches right to your current rain gutters and protects it from all the leaves, pine needles, bird nests, and debris that can clog your system and cause problems. This system will extend the life of your gutters. For more information and a free quote, call Team McVeigh.
We're working for you.
Stop Bugging Me Pest Control. This summer, don't let stinging insects ruin your outdoor fun. Wasps, hornets, get rid of those stinging pests. Call Stop Bugging Me Pest Control and leave everything to us.
It's the All-American Sale at Brothers Flooring. Save big this week on American-made laminate and LVP. Plus, all military and veterans can save an additional 5% off during our All-American Sale at Brothers Flooring.
Style or substance. Somehow, it became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra. Get 0% APR on 2025 Sierra 1500 models.
ShopDaveSmith.com.
Water is an essential part of our everyday lives. It's important that Spokane acts wisely to preserve our precious water resources and not waste money on evaporation and the need for supplemental water infrastructure due to a burdened aquifer. Please avoid watering your lawn between the hours of 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. and limit watering to under 2 hours a day, 3 days a week. If we all do our part, we'll keep our river flowing strong, even in times of drought.
Crafted here, built to last. Solid American craftsmanship, made for your home, made for life. Now for a limited time, save 30% on all American-made furniture, only at the Tin Roof.
All right, welcome back. A network in eastern Washington and North Idaho that made it easier for people to access the library is coming to an end.
The Cooperative Information Network has decided to dissolve, and with it, so is the ability for residents to check out books from all across the region. Our Madeline Mullins shares why this decision was made and what changes you can expect to see.
27 libraries worth of books. That's what North Idaho and Eastern Washington residents had access to through the Cooperative Information Network.
It most definitely benefits a lot of our small rural libraries that maybe don't have the budget for books that some of the bigger networks have.
This program does not just share books, it gives access to digital material and other programming events. Right now, you could take your Coeur d'Alene library card and check out a book here at the Liberty Lake Library. But with the dissolution of this network, that will be going away.
I'm really sad that it came to this. I'm really sad that the CIN is breaking up. I definitely think it's going to hurt our community.
14 of the libraries voted to dissolve this partnership, with only one voting against and one abstaining. The Community Library Network, a member of the CIN, said in a statement that the CIN did not comply with Idaho statutes, and so legally the network could not continue. Those who oppose this decision believe this will restrict what books people have access to.
We now have a board that is actively censoring and restricting access to books.
After Idaho's Children's School and Library Act was enacted, libraries were able to pull books from shelves that they believe were harmful to minors. Naomi Strom says some of the libraries in the region have been pulling books that talk about the LGBTQ community or people of color.
A lot of controversial and potentially unconstitutional choices with regards to restricting access to books.
The end of this program does not mean you cannot access libraries in other districts. It just means you may have to pay for that access starting September 30th. In northern Idaho, I'm Madeline Mullins, 4 News Now.
All right, earlier this week we had some cloudy weather. We even saw some rain, but it was a much different story today.
Yeah, the grass is going to get brown again.
Well, yes. That's one, yes, or you
one
can
perspective.
enjoy the pool again. Yeah, let's take a look at 4 things to know about your weather. We do have sunny, dry days ahead. Breezy Thursday and Friday, and really that's going to provide a nice cooling breeze if you are out on the golf course or out for a jog. Firefighters are watching that because our fire concerns are certainly elevated with that breeze, but we're not into the critical weather conditions with that. Seasonable temperatures for now, little above, little below, but then we get hotter next week and we'll see our temperatures spike up into the mid-90s. Thursday's winds should be relatively stable through about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, then a quick burst of 20-mile-per-hour gusts, and then we're right back down into a calming trend as we go through the evening. But things are so dry that any sort of fire start with a little bit of a breeze could be disastrous. This is our drought monitor. This updates every Thursday. It will update tomorrow, but look at this huge area of red that has developed over the region. That is extreme drought in the red. This area in orange is severe drought, and that does include Spokane, parts of Spokane and all of Coeur d'Alene. And then the area in brown is moderate drought. It's not good in terms of our precipitation. We're not going to see the extreme heat, but there is going to be some warmer weather coming next week. For the next 4 days, we're just a little above average, a little below average, and then back up into the mid-90s as we get into Tuesday and Wednesday. Our 8 to 14 day forecast calling for above average temperatures, but we're just in this medium orange. So it still doesn't look like we're going to have any 100-degree days showing up in the next couple of weeks. We have not had one yet. We've only hit 97. Now, I've talked about this a lot over the past few months. The Climate Prediction Center's long-range forecast for precipitation, which has been consistently a little off. That's the nice way to put it. But we are, we're in this dark green. So there is certainly something to indicate that we're going to be getting some moisture that last week or last day of July and the first week of August. Something we could certainly use. So I'm hoping that pans out, and there are hints toward the end of the 7-day forecast that we might start to see a pattern change that could bring some precipitation. But for the next 7 days, it is dry weather, some pretty summer conditions, especially this weekend with temperatures in the mid-80s and sunshine. I'll be back in the next half hour. It is Wildlife Wednesday. Kirsten?
Thank you, Chris. A new law that would have made canceling subscriptions as easy as signing up has been blocked.
Why consumer advocates say the fight isn't over, though, and the simple steps you can take to protect your wallet. Don't go away.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
At Fred Meyer, you never compromise. You get up high quality that's guaranteed fresh and down low prices on over 1,000 items. With quality and savings that add up, Fred Meyer shoppers never compromise. Fred Meyer, fresh for everyone.
The selection and savings have never been better at Finley Downtown Toyota. Whether you're camping out in a new RAV4 or pulling a boat with a Toyota Tundra truck, Finley is launching the most aggressive deals of this summer with incredible financing options and hot lease specials.
And if you need extra money for your trade-in, we're giving $1,000 over Kelley Blue Book for every trade-in.
You can find it all this week at Finley.
Finley Toyota's downtown.
There's working you. And then there's chill you. Chill you is more carefree and curious, more present, more relaxed, more fun. Chill you is the best you. There you are. Bring back your chill you with an escape to Coeur d'Alene, the city by the lake. Win a dream giveaway at cda4.fun.
It's our 48th anniversary at More Furniture, 3 generations strong, thanks to you. For 48 incredible years, we've had the honor of furnishing your homes. From our family to yours, we're celebrating with 72 months interest-free financing and no money down on every purchase over $19.99. Plus, we'll remove and donate your gently used pieces locally. That's 6 full years with no interest. Just gorgeous furniture, unbeatable value, and easy monthly payments. Only at More Furniture, where everyone gets more furniture for less.
At Fred Meyer, you never compromise. You get up high quality that's guaranteed fresh and down low prices on over 1,000 items. With quality and savings that add up, Fred Meyer shoppers never compromise. Fred Meyer, fresh for everyone.
GMA tomorrow will be fantastic.
Please welcome the Fantastic Four.
When the stars of this summer's most anticipated movie, The Fantastic Four, take over GMA.
That's what you call a tease, folks.
Only on Good Morning America, America's favorite morning show.
A Spokane woman's terrifying encounter.
There was the bat on my foot.
That bat had rabies. What happened next? Plus, with another rabid bat found in Spokane County, what you need to know to stay safe. Tomorrow on Good Morning Northwest.
Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
Bryan Kohberger, the man who confessed to murdering 4 University of Idaho students, will spend the rest of his life in prison. Before Kohberger learned his fate, family and friends had a chance to confront the man who stole their loved ones from them.
Kohberger pleaded guilty to murdering Kaylee Gonsalves, Madison Mogen, Xana Kernodle, and Ethan Chapin. Some of the family members took the opportunity to make Kohberger know that they will never forgive him.
You're a textbook case of insecurity disguised as control. Your patterns are predictable. Your motives are shallow. You are not profound. You're pathetic.
While others saw the sentencing as an opportunity to move forward.
This way, his fate is sealed. Society is protected, and we can move on with our lives and attempt to recover.
But after today, I wash my hands of you, and you are no longer a thing.
Now, Hunter Bertram joins us now from Boise, outside the courthouse. And Hunter, explain why the prosecution didn't push Kohberger further to try to get an explanation for these crimes, as President Trump even previously called for.
Yeah, Derek, that's a question on everyone's mind today. Kohberger now has been transferred to prison, but we still don't know why he did these crimes. Well, earlier, Bill Thompson, the prosecutor on this case, he said that he doesn't want to know at this point. He doesn't believe that if they were able to get a confession, a reason, any information out of Kohberger, which he decided to remain silent today, that it would even be truthful. That's the whole sort of argument against even trying to force some sort of statement as to why he did it. It's also Bill Thompson said earlier, along with the lying, also he would be able to control the narrative of what was done, meaning that he would be able to tell a wildly different story than possibly what was actually the truth behind that motive. So he said, you know, the reason for us pushing harder and trying to get that explanation, well, there's not really a genuine reason other than curiosity that would play a role in us wanting to know that, and anything that comes out of his mouth likely wouldn't even be truthful. Derek?
And Hunter, curiosity is a good word with this whole trial and sentencing. You were at the courthouse at 4:30 this morning, and you were talking to people that you were seeing in line early this morning and even last night. So why did people say that they were there?
A multitude of reasons, Kirsten. I mean, whether it was you were a media from across the country, across the world, or if you were a TikTok sleuth, the sleuth notorious in this case for trying to solve this case before, investigators were able to present it in court. People from all over the place, but also people from the affected communities. I spoke with people across Idaho, from North Idaho to here in the Treasure Valley, telling me that they were here seeking justice, to see what happens in court court. Also, they genuinely were curious. They wanted to see what a real-life murderer looked like and how they behaved in court. Obviously, a lot of people also here just to get a glimpse at this very, very infamous case that has basically gripped the whole entire world, but just a multitude of reasons that have brought people from across the world here to Boise, Idaho for the sentencing of Bryan Kohberger. Kirsten, Derek.
All right, Hunter, before we let you go, what's next here?
Yeah. Well, like I said earlier, Derek, what's next is we have confirmation that Bryan Kohberger has been transferred to the prison. Tonight, he'll spend his first night behind prison bars, then the rest of his life behind prison. And what's next? Ultimately, not much. He waived his right to appeal. He waived his right to basically try to reopen or get a different sentencing on this case. So it's basically definitive. He's going to be serving 4 consecutive life terms back to back to back. So he won't have any shot at getting out or even having a chance at parole or anything. He'll just remain behind bars. But as it is for the families, what's next is still the grieving process. This is obviously a big, huge, development in this case, but there's still so much more that comes from obviously the tragedy that happens. And now the grieving process really just kicking off for some of these families. Live in Boise tonight, Hunter Bertram, 4 News Now.
Thank you, Hunter. Ethan Chapin's family decided not to attend the hearing. Instead, they spent the day honoring their son's life. And they shared this photo on Instagram from when Ethan and his brother and sister were kids.
And we heard from investigators for the first time today on the investigation behind the murders of those 4 University of Idaho students. A gag order had banned them from speaking about it before. Alexandra Cohen-Yards is live in studio tonight. But Alexandra, many questions still left unanswered here.
That's right, Derek. The motive behind Bryan Kohberger's actions and the location of the evidence both still remain unknown. Whether we will ever get an answer to those 2 questions is also uncertain. Today, we heard from investigators for the first time on the details behind the gruesome murder of the 4 University of Idaho students. They say despite lengthy efforts to find a connection between the victims and Bryan Kohberger, a link was never found.
We wanted that to be the case. We've looked for a link and we have not found one. Not one.
We had every resource possible and we worked that tirelessly, both from everything from his side, but all the victims and all the members of the House from their side. So.
State Prosecutor Bill Thompson says Kohberger had no significant criminal history or a background of violence before murdering these students. Investigators also revealed he shut down when he was first asked about the murders during their first interaction with him. A website detailing the information in the investigation with all the public records in connection with these murders has also been released. You can find the link to that on our website at KXLY.com. In studio tonight, Alexandra Cohen-Yards, 4 News Now.
Thank you, Alexandra. The University of Idaho releasing a statement after the sentencing, writing in part, quote, the sentencing of the man admitting to killing 4 young, ambitious vandals in their off-campus apartment on November 13th, 2022 marks the end to a drawn-out criminal case and brings some sense of justice to our vandal family. The university goes on to say their memory will live on and will forever be honored at the Vandal Healing Garden Memorial that opened last year.
Idaho Governor Brad Little also releasing a statement reading, we are united in healing, united in loving one another, and most of all, united in supporting the families and friends of Maddie, Kaylee, Xana, and Ethan today and forever. You can read the governor's full statement right now on KXLY.com.
Let's send things over now to Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker with a look at your first alert forecast.
Temperatures in the mid-80s right now in both Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, around the region, even some 90s. Lewiston, Moses Lake, and Omak. We are in the 70s in Bonners Ferry and Sandpoint. We've had some showers around the Bonners Ferry area. A big warm up from this time yesterday by more than 10 degrees through North Idaho, 19 degrees warmer in St. Mary's, where yesterday was an especially chilly day. and 17 degrees warmer at this time compared to this time yesterday in Pullman. We, as I mentioned, have had a few showers up in Boundary County and some lightning strikes as well. Those are beginning to taper off. You may get a sprinkle in the northern portions of Priest Lake yet this evening, but then we are drying out for a sunny day tomorrow. Your forecast hour by hour for Thursday, 64 at 7 o'clock. We'll already be in the 80s by 11 a.m. Winds pick up a little bit in the afternoon with a high temperature of 90, a few degrees above our average high of 87. I will be back later in the news with some Wildlife Wednesday photos.
Thanks so much, Chris. A Moses Lake man has been sentenced to more than 37 years in prison for shooting at Grant County deputies in 2022. Robert Gwynn pleaded guilty to first-degree assault with a firearm and second-degree assault. In July of 2022, deputies responded to assist bail bondsmen trying to arrest Gwynn along Stratford Road Northwest, just north of Moses Lake. When deputies confronted Gwynn, he began shooting at them. Deputies fired back, hitting Gwynn. He was arrested and treated for a shoulder injury before being taken to jail.
A federal judge has hit the pause button on the click to cancel law. That Biden-era law was meant to require companies to make it as easy to cancel a subscription as it is to sign up for one.
And while some lawmakers made a push to revive it, you still have some options when it comes to getting rid of unwanted subscriptions. CNN's Karen Caifa explains.
This is a policy that was halted just days before it was set to take effect earlier this month. And just this week, a group of Democratic senators on Capitol Hill called on the FTC chair to find a way to bring back click to cancel. But in the meantime, consumer advocates say households can take some steps on their own to protect their money.
Click to cancel is canceled for now. Earlier this month, a U.S. appeals court blocked the Federal Trade Commission rule that would have required businesses to make it just as easy to cancel subscriptions and memberships as it is to sign up for them. The rule, passed by the FTC under the Biden administration, was set to cover everything from gym memberships to streaming services to free trials.
Companies shouldn't be able to engineer a website to trap you in a doom loop simply so that they can keep taking money out of your account every single month when you don't want them to anymore.
Business groups like the U.S. Chamber of Commerce had criticized the rule as micromanaging businesses. The court nixed the rule because they said the FTC failed to conduct a preliminary analysis of the costs and benefits.
They dismissed the rule based on a technicality with the FTC's rulemaking process. We were certainly disappointed to see that result, but the good news is that it's not the end of the story.
Aaron Whitty of the Consumer Federation of America says some state and federal lawmakers have possible legislative protections in the works. But for now, consumers should be vigilant when signing up for a subscription service, maybe by setting a calendar reminder for the end of a free trial or the next billing date.
Try to look before you sign up at what the cancellation process really looks like so that you understand going into it what it's going to take for you to cancel when you don't want that product or subscription anymore.
And the Consumer Federation of America also says consumers who do experience difficulty canceling a subscription or a membership should report it to the FTC so they're aware of the continued scope of the problem. In Washington, I'm Karen Caifa.
Well, the Spokane Indians are back at the ballpark, but not with baseball bats.
Rather, shovels, hammers, and wheelbarrows as they refresh and refurbish a field in Lincoln Park. Check out their mission behind the community work right after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Wonders of the World.
Due to recent supply chain delays and clearance items stacking up in the warehouse, this week all Walker's Furniture locations are having an emergency inventory liquidation sale where you can save up to 70% on all floor models, discontinued styles, and clearance items.
New inventory is on the way, so we're clearing space and passing the savings on to you. Plus, special 5-year financing was brought in where you can save now and pay over time with no minimum purchase required.
During the inventory reduction sale this week at Walker's.
This July at Renewal by Andersen. Replace your windows, your patio doors, or your entry door, and we're going to give you an amazing opportunity. You ready? Pay nothing, and I mean zero zilch nada, for 18 months. Just to be clear, that's a year and a half. I'm talking about no deposit, no payments, and no interest until January of 2027. We don't know when we'll be able to offer this special financing again, so get in on this while you can. And did you know over 60% of all our customers choose to finance? It just makes sense. But hold on. Why choose Renewal by Andersen in the first place? Well, we use an exclusive window frame material. It's called Fibrix. It never needs painting. It's twice as strong as vinyl. And it was designed to handle extreme temperature swings while repelling moisture and the elements. Speaking of the elements, summer brings warm weather, and warm weather brings bugs. Lots of them. Beat it, bugs. Not on our watch. Our patio doors are designed to slide easily. They're not going to stick and let the bugs in. Replace your windows, patio doors, or your front entry door, and there's no deposit, no payments, and no interest until January of 2027. Get them now and pay down the line. Save $379 on every window and save $779 on every door. Plus, take $879 off your entire project. Book a free window and door inspection with us and make sure to call before July 31st to lock in our special financing. 509-348-2727. That's 509-348-2727.
Spokane Indians organization is getting their hands pretty dirty today on the South Hill, led by Senior Vice President Otto Klein. Their shovels and hammers helping make baseball more accessible to the next generation of Spokane ball players. We caught up with them today. This is the sound of real progress.
It was almost grass. It was unplayable.
The Spokane Indians organization hammering away, refurbishing a baseball field in Lincoln Park on the South Hill.
New wood backstops, they didn't have them before, and we're putting in brand new bases, brand new pegs and distances. We're going to just revitalize the whole area and also clear out a bunch of the overgrown brush.
The Indians go out to fields like this at least twice a year to help give back within their community fields program, expanding the sport's reach even further.
We're the community's baseball team, and so we want to lead by example, and our moral compass says give back to our community as much as we can, and we do it in a lot of different ways, but this field program and our community fields program, this is a really rewarding one because it's baseball.
The Indians interns pitch in too, coming back for more over the years.
It's fun actually getting our hands dirty and being in the community. That's a great thing about being an intern here is because we do so many community events like this.
Les Schwab Tires partners with Spokane, and one branch manager says this work has an extra meaning to him.
I have children, and my children played in the Spokane Indians youth baseball, and seeing the condition of the fields when they play versus now that we've got this program going, seeing how they are after we get done, it's pretty impressive, and it's really neat to be able to support that and be a part of that.
Good. Yep. Let's go. The whole process takes about 4 to 5 hours, and it'll be open to youth ball players as soon as they wrap up.
It's all about the community, being with the tribe, being with just the community members itself. We're making an impact through every game and every event that we do, and it's just so special.
Pretty neat to be out there. That ballpark looks great now. And the Seattle Seahawks begin their 2025 fall training camp today in Renton, Washington, only for Hawk season ticket holders today, though, before the rest of the camp opens up fully to the public later this week. And fresh faces like Cooper Kupp you're watching here, and returners like Devin Witherspoon and Jackson Smith-Njigba return to the grass for fans to watch for the first time in months. Seattle continues this week training camp with work on Friday and Saturday at 1 p.m.
Collins makes the turn. Here comes the throw from Canzone. Plays the play, drops the tag, and he's ruled safe.
Wow, what a play from Isaac Collins to score the leading run for the Milwaukee Brewers. Seattle fans not happy about that one. The incredible slide would be the difference maker today as the Mariners will get pushed aside in a 10-2 trouncing. This drops the series to Milwaukee after a 1-0 Seattle win last night. And only 2 Mariner runs does make a little more sense with star Cal Raleigh sitting out today for rest. So the M's hit the road for a series at the Los Angeles Angels that starts tomorrow night just past 6:30. So it's tough for Seattle, but it's hard to be too mad without your catcher who has 39 home runs, which would still be crazy if we were in late September to hear that number. But the pitching, man, 17 hits for the Brew Crew today.
They've been pretty darn good lately.
Yeah.
But you know what? 6-6 in the last 4 series against 4 of the better teams in baseball, and now the schedule gets a lot easier.
Not too bad.
Yeah.
It's been fun to watch. All right, Chris.
It is Wildlife Wednesday, and here is a preview of what to expect from Mark Vogt, a big, beautiful black bear. Now, Mark has seen hundreds, probably thousands of bears, but he says he's never seen one that looks so salon fresh. I mean, that is a good-looking bear. With a little bit of an intensity in his eyes. Mark said he was glad he wasn't looking at him. I'll have more and your 7-day forecast.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
It's our 4th of July sale, where you'll find new Sierra 1500s with savings up to $11,250 off MSRP. There's never any dealer-added markups on new vehicles. And ask us about our 3-day return and 7-day exchange at GMC of Riverfront Park.
When you visit the LC Valley, you'll do more than just get away. You'll relive the history of explorers who traveled through this region, and you might even make a splash of your own. See educational exhibits of Lewis and Clark and immerse yourself in an authentic cultural experience. Unwind and savor the flavor in the Northwest Discovery Destination. Your adventure awaits.
The Scale House Market is unique because Spokane didn't have some kind of a permanent structure for a farmer's market.
I want to see as many community members as we possibly can out here enjoying all of the different vendors and farmers and food producers.
Our members are other community members, the families that will be eating here. All of it is vital to how we make partnerships.
I am most excited to bring our famous whole milk to the Scale House Market. What I hope that people attending the Scale House Market will gain is that agriculture is central to this region.
When I was told I needed radiation treatment for a brain tumor, I couldn't stop thinking about what could happen to my memories. Those moments I cherish from growing up, of finding myself, of the people I love, of what I've created. But they all just fade away. But when I learned how precise treatment was with Gamma Knife, I was reassured that those moments would be preserved. Because it's not only about protecting the memories I've made, but the ones I have yet to create.
Are you moving? Make it easy with Dan the Moving Man. Reliable, efficient, and stress-free. Dan is your locally owned, trusted household and piano moving partner. Visit danthemovingmanwa.com for your free quotes today.
It's our 4th of July sale, where you'll find new Sierra 2500 HDs with savings up to $5,500 off MSRP. There's never any dealer-added markups on new vehicles. And ask us about our 3-day return and 7-day exchange at GMC of Riverfront Park.
The college roommate's killer learns his fate. Sentencing day for the monster. Will he finally break his silence? Watch the next Inside Edition.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Inside Edition at 7.
4 News Now is brought to you by Parker Subaru.
More wildlife photos from around the Northwest, inland Northwest, I should say. Dale Hughes shared this photo of some horned owls that he spotted at Hell's Gate State Park and staying cool in the shade. Dale says it was a very hot day. These owls had the right idea. I love the colors on their feathers. Kazoo Crumpleman spotted this mama and baby moose just this morning, early this morning, out and about, looking very, very healthy. What a sweet little calf she has there. And finally, Paula Zanter Stout spotted this Swainson's hawk. I think this might be a new one for Wildlife Wednesday. Beautiful coloring on this hawk near Moses Lake. And she did say it was noisy, very noisy, as hawks tend to be when they have a nest full of offspring. Your Thursday planner, we are heading up to a high temperature of 90 degrees. 87 is our average high. We're in the hottest time of the year, so that's about what we would expect. Breezy conditions briefly in the afternoon. We'll see some wind gusts in the 20-mile-per-hour range, and that will be the same on Friday. A little bit cooler Friday with a high of 87, which is exactly average. Even cooler for the weekend, mid-80s. Extremely comfortable for whatever sort of fun summer plans you may have out on the lake. And then we start heating back up again next week. May start to see a chance of some showers or thunderstorms in our forecast beyond the 7-day forecast, or perhaps as early as Wednesday. Meanwhile, overnight lows in the 50s through the beginning of next week, and then those overnight lows are going to start warming up. Derek?
All right. Chris, thank you. Well, average home insurance policy costs across the country have gone up in the last year, and it's due to a variety of factors.
Yeah, CNN's Jen Sullivan looks at the rising costs and what you can do to try to save some money.
From ravenous wildfires to devastating tornadoes, natural disasters are becoming more frequent and more intense. Last year, there were 27 confirmed weather and climate disasters in the U.S., with losses exceeding $1 billion, according to NOAA. Because of this, many home insurance companies are raising policy rates.
There are more natural disasters happening, and they're affecting more homes.
Holden Lewis with NerdWallet says they recently conducted a survey among homeowners and found 54% said their premiums have gone up in the last 12 months. These rate hikes aren't specific to certain states, it's nationwide.
They end up having to pass along some of those costs to states that might have fewer natural disasters.
State Farm recently raised home insurance rates by an average of 27.2% in Illinois. They say it's because in 2024, for every dollar they collected from policyholders, State Farm paid out $1.26. State Farm said Illinois had the second highest hailstorm damage claims last year, totaling $638 million. Telling CNN in part, accurate risk-based pricing makes sure that insurers like State Farm can pay claims during some of life's toughest moments for policyholders.
Some of the most costly natural disasters are hailstorms.
Inflation and the rising cost of supplies is also contributing to higher premiums. But Lewis says there are things you can do to help lower your rates. Adding roof trusses or upgrading your garage door can help get a better rate. Also installing fire alarms and security systems. And shop around to compare different companies' premiums. For Consumer Watch, I'm Jen Sullivan.
And before we go to break, here's a look at ABC's primetime lineup tonight.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
At Fred Meyer, you never compromise. You get up high quality that's guaranteed fresh and down low prices on over 1,000 items. With quality and savings that add up, Fred Meyer shoppers never compromise. Fred Meyer, fresh for everyone.
It's a summer roundup. This week at Cal, over 300 rigs have been strategically priced low like a stampede of savings.
We're not horsing around with these special buys.
Trade up to a better set of wheels while you lower your monthly payment. Plus, special financing was brought in so you can get a fun new ride for summer.
And $44 down is all you need.
During the summer roundup this week at Cal.
At 4 News Now, we're part of this community, sharing your stories, listening to your voice, and delivering the news that matters most to you. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
A penny saved is a lifetime earned. Numerica Credit Union. Money where it matters.
Visit AutoNation Acura Spokane Valley for the Summer of Performance event going on now.
First, at Shriners Children's, the world's most advanced scoliosis procedures are born here. In fact, we deliver access to the world's best doctors for nearly every pediatric orthopedic condition. We're delivering care without compromise is our promise. And kids can just be kids. Because being first always starts with empowering the extraordinary. Shriners Children's, the most amazing care anywhere.
At Fred Meyer, you never compromise. You get up high quality that's guaranteed fresh and down low prices on over 1,000 items. With quality and savings that add up, Fred Meyer shoppers never compromise. Fred Meyer, fresh for everyone.
4 News Now is brought to you by Craig Swap & Associates.
Coming up tonight on Nightside, President Donald Trump signs a new trade deal with Japan, lowering tariffs on Japanese exports, but creating new advantages for some car makers over others. The impact on your wallet tonight at 11.
We've got some hot days ahead, 90 on Thursday, 87 on Friday, but really that's about average. Breezy in the afternoon and a little bit cooler for the weekend.
All right, so after taking a little bit of a break, summer is going to start summering again.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. All right, Chris, thank you.
That's the way we like it.
A little bit. We can take the heat. It's okay.
That means baseball.
That's true.
That's right.
Which is great.
See you at 11.